Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folk, welcome to the Talking Over You podcast.
Yay.
Today, I'm talking over Hunter Stephenson.
Hello, everyone.
Woo! Friend of the pod.
Yes. Hello to all my fans out there.
An ally to the pod.
Yes, an ally to the pod.
So, Hunter, welcome. Wait, this is so exciting. This is my first guest.
Guest number one. Wait. I'm actually so excited to be the first guest.
Oh, so I said in the last podcast that my first guest would be one of my roommates. If you listen to the whole thing and you're not a fake fucking fan, then you know that I said my first guest would be one of my roommates. Well, I lied. This is not one of my roommates. This is one of my best friends from high school. And
That I am.
we're still best friends today.
Yeah.
And it's so exciting that we like hang out in college together and stuff. But yeah, today's gonna be like such a fun pod. Like I went on Hunter's podcast.
Yes.
Well, not
Wait,
her
let me.
podcast. Wait, plug
Yes,
it, go.
Okay, so my show is called Lowercase Radio, and it's a show. It comes on at Mondays at 9 Eastern time. So we're working on getting some kind of like on-demand bank going, but for now, you gotta get it live. And we just talk, we just yap. And Kate was on it last semester.
Yes.
And was great. Honestly, it's weird to be like on a radio show or a podcast that I'm not producing myself.
Yes, and by producing, she means my laptop is hooked up to a cheap interface from Amazon, and we're recording this on an iPhone. So the production standards for the Talking Over You podcast is in fact like very different from your podcast
but
that
my
is filmed
podcast-
in a studio.
Yeah, it's at the Brownstone Radio studio way up there in the student center. So
Thank you.
So I don't actually I produce very little. I'm I hit record. I do use a soundboard though. I'm always the
Wait, it's
one
like
on the
that
soundboard.
one. Fuck, I'm gonna misquote the meme, and it's gonna be embarrassing. It's like that one Camp Rock. She's really good. Like you're just like up there, like mixing, like boom, 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 boom. She's really good.
Okay, wait, I have a confession.
Yeah,
I was not a Disney kid. I have never seen Camp Rock.
That's fair. I've seen it maybe once.
Okay.
You were a PBS kid?
Well, I was a PBS kid, but Nick Jr. I watched a lot of Nick Jr. and I watched a lot of Victorious. I would say like most musical
Okay,
shows.
so you're a pedophile. Interesting. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I was. So the thing was like, I don't discriminate about media. I love screen time. So I was all of it. However, I will say that like in my old age, I've come to identify more as a Nick kid because the shows hold up better.
I
Like
agree.
I have gone back before and tried to rewatch like Hannah Montana. That was like my favorite Disney show. And it's really hard, but we should watch this tonight. We should go back and watch Victorious and iCarly tonight. Victorious and iCarly,
We've already
you
watched
could
Victorious, or I watched Victorious.
yeah,
together.
but like not only my roommates are singing in the living room. It's like an SNL skit of Berkeley College students. Like, we're just in here like, yeah, I love Victorious. Mila's out there like, doe a dear. Like, literally, like, this is my life. But anyways, we should fucking watch Victorious. Because I have, in my old age, have rewatched all of Victorious and all of iCarly multiple times. Hold
I
up.
didn't watch
Funny
iCarly,
as
though.
fuck.
I only watched Victorious. I did not watch iCarly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can
can
fix
watch
that.
Victorious.
We can fix that.
But okay, well, we were talking about this before, but Victorious really skewed my perception of like
How hot people were going to be in real life.
but also well, yes.
Me when I walk into a high school classroom, there is no back. The fuck? The fuck? What?
Where are all the hotties? How does that?
Where are all of the hot people?
Yeah, but also like have friend groups, like girls and boys being friends, you know? Like,
well, it's not my fault you were a virgin loser in high school. I had plenty of male friends.
no, I just mean like they're like I also had male friends. We have like the same male friends.
We had, in fact, had a graduating class of 40 people. So, yeah, we were friends with the same men.
But I like just that they're like real friendships, you know, like they actually go to each other for advice and like they're mutual.
Hunter Stevenson does not consider her friendships with men to be real.
It's more like I don't ask my guy friends for advice as much as they ask me for advice, you know. It's like
but when is there an episode of Victorious where Beck goes to Tori asking for advice and also doesn't want to fuck Tori?
I think he never wants to fuck Tori. He never wants to, like, Jade says that he does, but does he ever say he does? No.
Okay.
Andre too.
Bro.
But that's not the same for the other girls. I will say there's a whole, like, everyone loves Jade.
Okay,
but
wait. I don't know if you guys. So the audio listeners don't know this. The visual listeners do know this. Hunter is black. So, oh shit, my fucking heater just turned on. It's gonna fuck up the audio. No.
Guys,
So
wait. Also, like, disclaimer.
No. Oh my god, it's still going.
I ordered Raising Cane's about like 20 minutes ago, and that's supposed to come sometime soon. Where's my phone?
Sorry, I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm trying not to.
In 20 minutes.
Okay.
Countdown.
So as a black woman, I love that you just giggle. Like she said the word. Oh.
Kate's my white friend, guys.
It's me. And Hunter's my bug friend.
Guys, we just ended racism.
We are BuzzFeed. We are ladylike. Okay.
Bro,
so question.
Wait, can we come back to ladylike because I feel
my god,
that's like too much of a candidate.
I'm trying to ask you about the black experience, and I'm trying to educate myself right now. And all you want to do is talk about the white people at BuzzFeed.
Fine.
So,
what's your question?
As a black person, what do you think about the black representation in Victorious, specifically the character of Andre?
Okay, so I don't know. What are your thoughts? Why don't you start?
No. How about no?
I don't have
no.
much to say on it totally. I think that like all of those, like generally, I don't know about Disney because I didn't watch Disney. My mom has personal beef with Disney. Let me just say that my mom has beef with companies because they're unethical or whatever. But the Disney beef is not that. She has personal beef with Disney about them not paying her for something because she was a child actor.
Your mom was a child actor?
There's so much Laura Stevenson lore out there that she doesn't share that people just will never know, I guess.
So Disney owes your mom reparations.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's fucking crazy,
But
bro.
That's the reason why I never watched Disney as a kid.
Interesting.
Yeah. But okay, wait, that being said, I feel like there wasn't a lot of good representation, especially at that time, of black women.
Yes.
And if they were represented, they were like angry and annoyed. And so thus, I just want to point out Andre's grandmother.
Oh, yes.
Was
yes.
funny as hell at the time, but looking back is like,
problematic.
Oh God, what are we doing here?
Okay.
All she does is yell and be confused. And cancel me if you want, but like, I do have feelings about the way that older black people are, and I do think this is an unfair representation and caricature of them. But are there some black people out there who are loud and confused? Yes. Yes. My gripe with the old black people has to do with most of the confusion part. But
at the same time, there are also like a lot of white people who are old and loud and confused.
Louder, older, confused-er.
Confused.
And I have beef with that. That fact pisses me off.
Yeah. But so the reason why I brought it up is because I remember as a child thinking like, wow, Andre is really good black representation. Like, I might be wrong.
I would go as far to say I wouldn't say he's good or great because, well, I think he could be blacker. I think he could be less caricatured, but I don't think he's bad representation.
Okay. Yeah.
I
I just think for the time, like, I think the reason I'm asking about this is because even as a child, I noticed like a discrepancy in, like, I'm thinking about all these Nickelodeon shows right now, and I'm thinking about all the Disney shows I know of, and besides Raven Simone and
Casey Undercover was a good black representation.
yeah, but that was later.
That was
like
the same era.
2014. That was a different era. But like until then, like
Victorious is like 2010, 2013.
Whatever. Casey Undercover was like maybe 2017.
Victorious
Victorious was like 20 whatever. So, but like I'm thinking, and like I actually, besides Lab Rats, there was a guy who was in Lab Rats. You could probably count on.
Casey Undercover is 2015.
you could probably count on two hands. China Ann McClain and Ant Farm. You can count on two hands how many black characters there are.
Yeah, and the black characters were always, okay, 2010 is Victorious.
Yeah.
So, okay, 5 years apart. I think that the black characters were also always, like, sassy and, like, musically inclined and, like...
Well, okay, in
dance.
Victorious, they're all musically inclined.
I
think we all sing. I think we all sing.
But I think Andre, one thing that I did know, so I feel like Andre is, like, consistently shown up being good at music, at, like, writing songs, producing stuff, which I think is more of a testament to Leon Thomas III who played
That's
him.
what I was going to say, because Leon Thompson is...
Honestly,
famously,
yes.
very, very... it's based on himself, like, part of the character, I believe. I just thought...
He was also Tyrone in The Backyardigans, another show after my heart.
Oh, that's right. He was in The Backyardigans.
Yeah.
Shit.
Backyardigans is my shit. My mother and my father still listen to the song.
Wait, okay. Before we move on from Victorious, what is your favorite episode? Because I have one, and I'm passionate about it.
You know, I don't know if I have one.
There's one episode. The one episode I'm thinking of is Emmy winning, like should be Emmy nominated.
The one that my family and I always would reference as when we were kids was the one where they put on Jade's Play.
And the girl like falls down a well or something.
Yeah, and it's like obviously a bad play, mind you. Like that's part of the gag, and they're like trying to like distract her. So we would say she's talking to her daughter, the Chinese woman who owns the Chinese restaurant.
Who is a racist caricature of a Chinese woman, let it be known.
A Chinese mother as well.
And later owns a Japanese restaurant, canonically.
Never explained that. But her daughter always speaks so quietly. She's like, nah, nah, nah. And the mom goes, more power. My family and I would say that. Of course, not with the accent, but...
so that's interesting. Your family, you were doing racist accents back and forth to each other.
Well, no, we wouldn't say the accent.
Okay. But you performed it with the accent for context. Let it be known.
Yeah.
So my favorite episode, Undefeated, Sleepover at Psychowitz.
Oh my god.
To this day!
Yes.
I could tell you the entire, like...
My name is Officer Podesto. Would you like some Raisin
Bran?
Which is like, so funny.
Bro.
The pregnant marathoner. All of those characters.
Yes.
Banger
after banger after Robbie and his fucking iPad. Like, oh my god. But actually, Victorious is really fundamental to my understanding of the world in a way. Because you know how I always make that joke? Sorry, guys. If any of you are listening to this, like, I'm really sorry. I respect you as people. I'm sure you have your own deep inner lives. But, like, we had a 40-person class. And of them, I have been known to say that 20 of them were ensemble members. And that joke...
Let me just be clear that I do not agree with this opinion. I think every one of the 40 is an individual of their own.
However, if you are seeing this, and if you are offended by this, then you'd have to text me, why did you call me an ensemble member? Which would be to admit yourself that you think you are an ensemble member.
That's a great point,
So,
actually.
there's actually no way to clock me on this. I'm not saying who the ensemble members are, but if you know who you are, then you have no reason to be upset with me for such an accurate characterization.
I wouldn't say that's true, but that logic is good.
Thank you. I'm a Harvard English major. So basically, like, there's this joke in Victorious where they call, like, the ensemble cast, they call them the Shruggers, because they there's a point where they, like, break the canon. That episode that Jeanette McCurdy is in, and she plays a crazy girl. She's like, I'm one of the Shruggers. I, like, sit in the back in the class, and I, like, react to the things that, like, the main characters say, and, like...
I don't like that episode. That episode was weird to me.
Yeah.
There's some where they try to have lore, like, they try to be a little bit deeper than it is, and it's just like... What?
No. But I love Victorious. I love Backyardigans. What's your favorite Backyardigans episode?
The one... Okay, this is another, like, family reference. Well, Racing Day is one of our favorites.
By the way, we need to be the two characters from the Backyardigans for Halloween.
Uniqua and Tasha?
Uniqua and Tasha.
Yeah. I really... Uniqua is me. She's been me from day one.
And the thing that's crazy...
And she's black. Like,
Backyardigans did good racial representation without
and they're animals.
Race. They're fucking animals.
Yeah.
I, as a child, knew Uniqua was a black, whatever kind of animal she is.
Pablo,
pig, whatever.
Pablo is... She's like... Her species is Uniqua. She's a Uniqua.
Yes.
Which is weird. But... Tyrone, also black. Pablo, Hispanic. And then the other two are white.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Austin.
Oh, wait, Tasha might be Asian, though. I would believe that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
She goes
If
away,
you
but
are an Asian listener and you identify with Tasha from the Backyardigans, please let me know in the comments.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I forgot. Oh.
Your favorite episode?
Racing Day. That song is good. Racing Day. It's racing day. Racing day. It's racing day. I also like the one where they're on the beach and there's the Volcano Sisters episode.
Yes.
And they say hookah pele, which is now like slang in my family for throwing up.
That's so funny. My favorite episode is the spy. They did special spy.
International.
Super spy. I love that episode.
Also, what other songs are good?
I forgot about the songs.
I remember the quicksand episode vividly, and it's sparking a fear of quicksand in me. That just like damn, like quicksand's not something we play about. Like,
no,
quicksand's dangerous.
there's a meme about this that's like, wow, like as a child I thought quicksand would be like way bigger problem.
Right,
it's
because it was in the Backyardigans. Like that's what I think it is. Maybe I should write a paper on this, like the impact that the Backyardigans had on children's
child fear.
And general perceptions of the world.
Impact that Backyardigans had on instilling a general sense of fear and terror in the youth of America.
Especially about quicksand.
No, I like the Backyardigans because, so like, I have to say something fucking pretentious.
Oh no.
So I lived in France for 3 years.
Wait, really?
And have an international background. I've lived in Morocco. I've lived in Italy. I've lived in Germany. I've lived in France. And the Backyardigans is one of those things, like, sometimes what is that? No, don't use that. Sometimes, like, a French person will be like, oh, you have to see this movie from when I was a little girl. It is so good. And, like, you watch it, and you're just like, what fucking, like, shroom, coked up, like, maniac came up with this. Same thing even in the UK. Like, oh my god. It's different. Like, the only example I can think of right now is Skins, and obviously the Americans love Skins.
Okay, but
there's a specific genre of television specifically made for children. I think child television is incredibly culturally specific.
You need to talk to my mother about this because she has like a degree in this low key.
Yeah, it's incredibly culturally specific. And the Backyardigans is the kind of thing, like, I guarantee you, if you showed it to Mila, who's like French or whatever, my roommate, or like another international person, I think they would say like, wow, this is so American. I think.
Right?
I
but
could be
good
wrong.
Is the other thing. It's good media.
But it's the kind of thing that's like weird enough to be like, this is not my culture. This is not my humor.
Backyardigans?
Yeah. Like,
I think no. I contrary to that. I think Backyardigans made me.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, as Americans,
yeah,
Backyardigans made us. That is our humor. That is our culture.
Oh, true. Okay,
but it's the same. It's this kind of humor that I think
it's like a little bit. It's like silly inherently. Like they're not like cracking jokes or anything, or like they're not being like.
But like I think
they're being imaginative. They're being a little bit silly the whole time.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever that serious in the Backyardigans either. Like they're just in the backyard at the end of the day. Yeah, they're friends. They always go back to their house for snacks too.
But do you know what I mean? Like it's the kind of thing that like I think a European would watch and be like, this isn't. There's this like weird dissonance with humor specifically in like different cultures. Like it doesn't translate.
I agree. Also, I think that as a kid, I watched a lot of musical shows. I watched like the Fresh Beat Band, like a lot of shows that had like a song episode, and I think that really led to like love of music, but also like theater kid kind of situations as well.
I don't know if you've seen this, but some parents that I've seen on Instagram Reels and TikTok have their kids watching older media because it's less stimulating, and a lot of like the old like Sound of Music, Mary Poppins, they tend to be more musical than like Bluey. No hate to Bluey. I've never seen Bluey.
Bluey. We should watch Bluey tonight too.
I'm not.
I love Bluey.
I refuse to watch Bluey. But like I need a cough drop. My throat is dry.
Bluey is really good.
But like
let me just say Bluey's
a lot
good for
of
adults
parents,
and children.
a lot of parents have been like, we're showing our kids like Backyardigans, Mary Poppins, like older things because
a lot of
they're having less temper tantrums.
Let me say that this is a longer rant for later on, and I work with kids on occasion, and hashtag protect the kids or whatever. But also, kids are now being seen as a consumer base, especially with their introduction to YouTube, and I guess also with TV. But they're now being seen as consumer based, and the way that you sell to adults and kids has always been different. But now it's becoming more of one. So like adults, people like ads that they want to like swindle you into buying something. Like subliminal messaging for children is now a thing because of YouTube. Like having kids.
I don't
buy,
think
like,
it's a thing
merch and
because
stuff.
of YouTube. I think
YouTube
it's
has
been a
helped to
thing
it.
since like the generation after us.
Yeah, but like I think part of that just makes kid shows like more annoying and more commodifiable and more like consumer
Because they're trying to
based.
sell.
Yeah, exactly. But
I
I don't think
watched
that
a
was much
video
of a
essay about
thing.
this. Hunter and I are both neurodivergent queens, and we both watch video essays on YouTube. And I watched a video essay a couple years ago about Monster High
Mm-hmm.
and how the Monster High show was created to sell Monster High dolls.
Did you watch that show ever?
Yeah, when I was really little.
I didn't.
And Ever After High I watched.
I didn't watch either.
But I watched it when I was like slightly too old to be watching it. Like Ever After High particularly.
That's okay. I did watch My Little Pony for a while.
Oh,
the French
yeah,
Magic
me
show.
too.
Yeah, that show was good though.
But basically, like with My Little Pony and those shows, and specifically with the Barbie movie, it was right after Barbie movie came out, and there was this like whole thing about like think about how many kids media things are based in toys and selling the toys.
Yeah,
now.
like selling.
Like
things.
it's like the toy comes before the idea for the show.
Yeah.
So then you could sell the toy.
Exactly, and like toy sets based on things.
And that's why the shows are more overstimulating and like colorful.
Right, because they want you to get attached to the characters and stuff, and like buy things rather than teaching kids about storylines and shit, like beginning, middle, end. The character doesn't matter
Wait,
that the character's
Hunter.
on there. It's just there's a
Should
beginning, middle, end, and then maybe there's a song in there.
should we write children's
Media television.
television?
I think I'd be terrible at it, but I'd produce it if you wrote it. Low key.
Should I write? Should Kate Ravenscroft shit
Maybe.
fuck cigarette gummy? Bitch?
Be making children's
Should
television.
Kate Ravenscroft gummy gobbler be making children's television?
Maybe. I think if we workshop it together, because I don't know.
Can we do something?
Do you know what the kids want? Like, do you
Wait, I'm
interact with
literally
real
gonna
children
cry.
ever?
Do you want to know what I would do if I were to make children's television? I would make some sort of flat Stanley. There's already a flat Stanley show.
Yeah.
I would do something similar where like every episode I would basically do Anthony Bourdain for kids.
Oh, that's with with food and stuff too.
Yeah, but like every episode it's animated.
You
It takes
seen
place
Carmen
in a different
Sandiego before?
country. Huh?
Carmen Sandiego.
No.
It's like hot. I think canonically bisexual. Girl in like red, like travels the country. and
She's
is,
a
like, really
child?
good. She's like I don't know if she's a child. She worked like. She's like young. She's like maybe like our age.
We're just like
now.
talking about children's television and use the word hot.
Well, she's
Bisexual. So I
hot.
just like
She's not a child. She's not a child in the show. I
God,
don't think.
Doc mixed stuff into a fucking baddie.
But this is something that I thought when I was still a child too. So, mind you. But Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? It started as like a game show in like
I've
the
heard
80s
the
and
name before.
90s, and then now it's a show on Netflix.
Interesting.
That's pretty good.
Interesting. So my idea's already been done basically.
Well, yeah, but you can still do Anthony, and they do. I feel like there's a Muppet version of your Anthony Bourdain for kids. But I'm with you on that though. Like you can make something out of that.
Yeah, that would be like my first idea. That's like off the dome.
Off the dome.
What we're working with.
Right. Start out.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we covered children's television. I have where did my phone go?
I don't know.
I have a list. Oh, my socks are like right in the whatever. You guys are just gonna have to deal with like looking at my socks. I have a list of things to talk about because now that I'm like officially podcasting, I have a
There's
list.
2 things on this list.
There's 2 things on the list for this week. It says pretension ? Pretension in academia. Actually, it says academica ? Because I spelled it in a hurry. And the second bullet point says, quote, anxiety of originality. These are both topics that I wrote down while I was in my Harvard College English junior tutorial seminar on Monday. The first thing is pretension in academia. Because at Harvard, specifically in the English department, I fear we suffer from this thing of like not being able to just like fucking say what it is. Like
I feel this way when I talk to people regularly, but also like I think I'm gonna have a very different view on this than you because we study different things.
Yes, and also Hunter's family is very academic.
Yeah.
In a way that mine just like isn't. Like you guys are. I mean, it's your family, so I'm not gonna describe the situation.
Well, I think my immediate family all very academic, and like we talk about like academic things very casually when we're together.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that kind of happens naturally because we all have very similar experiences and thoughts on
Yeah.
things, and kind of just like compare notes. And then my extended family is also pretty academic. Like everyone goes to college. All my cousins currently go to Ivy currently or have gone to Ivies, and yeah.
So that's why I
Very big
want to
on
get your
college.
opinion on this. But basically, like I was sitting for an example to like work with. I was sitting in an English class last semester, my Jane Austen one, and we were talking about Harry Potter for whatever reason, and death of the author for whatever reason, because I'm a fucking English major. And somebody in the class was like, I just think it's really lovely how the fans of Harry Potter have adopted the story so passionately and intensely that they've gone on to build their own worlds and their own stories with these characters, and as a result it's increased the cultural capital of the canon tenfold, and it's increased the relatability of the subject material. And I just think it's fascinating how readers and like shut the fuck up, like
Wait,
14-year-olds wrote Harry Potter furry
Right.
smut. Like just come out,
I think
just
that
come out and say
I think
the
that
children
fanfic
are
is
writing
helpful.
horny pieces about Harry Potter, and then they're reading them. Like, that is what you want to say. Why are you talking for 20 fucking minutes about, like, the cultural promenade of such an important literary... Like, shut the fuck up. Like, Draco Malfoy's getting pegged in Diagon Alley. Like, that's what you want to say. Why aren't you just saying it?
I think that
Sorry if that, like, hurt your ears, guys.
this is an opinion that I think I have because of the IB, and maybe a skill that I have because of IB.
International Baccalaureate program for those of you who are poor and uninitiated.
And more of that like claim evidence reasoning. I have something to say. This is why I think that, and this is how these things connect. Like that's how I've learned English, how to analyze all those things. So that's how I'm gonna like say my point, say my piece, and I'm not gonna use too many words because that's frowned upon. I'm not like as if I want you to hear it and listen to what I'm saying, I'm going to say it as succinctly as possible and as like dumbed down as possible so anyone can respond to this. And that's how I like to communicate. And this is one reason again why I like talking to my family more than I like talking to about like topics or like important things and more than I like talking to anyone else about it, cuz they are the same way. We are mincing words. We are like getting to the point. We're asking direct follow-up questions, stuff like that. And I would say in most discussions, even in STEM too, sometimes it's just like, shut the fuck up. Shut
Like
the fuck up. Say it, keep it cute, say it fast.
We have so many breaths on this earth.
Exactly.
Why are you using 60 of your breaths to
Right.
talk around Harry Potter porn? Like,
right. And
just say Harry Potter fan fiction. Like
Harry Potter fanfic has contributed to the creativity and relatability of the franchise. Done.
Boom. Done.
I also think that people love to hear themselves talk, and I love to hear myself talk too, but I love to make a point as well. I'm not talking for no reason. I'm saying shit.
Yeah. But you might appreciate this. Like, Hunter, generally speaking, while we're both neurodivergent, Hunter admittedly does have better social cues than I do. And, like, sometimes you enter a conversation with someone where, like, there is, like, it's just a casual discussion, and I come in like a fucking lawyer. Like, there are points to be made, and I need to prove them. And if you don't shut the fuck up while I prove my point, like, I don't like you at all.
Yeah, I hate people
Not
talk
everybody
over
signs
me.
up for a debate.
That's true. But I think like I'm on the opposite side of that spectrum though. I don't talk about things about my opinions or like I don't present my claims to people who I don't think want to hear them. Just generally. Just because like again, limited amount of breaths. If you don't want to hear it, I'm not going to say it. You don't get to hear my wisdom. That's it.
That's kind of sage.
That's it.
I wish I could be more mysterious like that. I see you checking to see if your
Oh god, yeah.
Canes has arrived.
I'm fucking hungry.
Sorry. I didn't feed Hunter. I think my friends are used to me just having food around constantly.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at my house in Wisconsin, like,
There's food.
I have 3 younger siblings,
Yeah.
and there's fucking food everywhere. We basically live in a Costco. Like, if you go to my pantry,
Basically, yeah.
we basically live in a Costco.
Last time I was there, I had the best girl dinner ever, and it was like cheese and bread and kimchi.
Yeah.
I did bring the kimchi, but there was also kimchi in the fridge, mind you.
But, like, now, like, when I live in college, first of all, I just don't have food like that sitting around. Second of all, I have no money right now.
Right. And
So
also,
it's not like I have snacks that I'm just,
I
like...
live in a dorm, and I don't want to buy snacks that I'm not going to eat also. So
Yeah,
it's like
but...
a
This is, like, the third
Single.
fucking time somebody's come to my house and been like, so, Kate, what are we going to eat? And I'm like... Do I look like a meal planner to you? Do I look like Tom Brady?
God, I hate that
Oh,
man. I
wait,
hate that
Tom
man.
Brady. Oh,
Oh God, I kind of wish he didn't retire from football so I didn't have to see him on my screen because I don't watch football. I'm removed from that environment. Why is he in the commercials now and shit? Like, come on.
he has to pay for those CTE
Save-
scans somehow.
I know. Or he could just die early of CTE. Just gonna put that out there.
Headline: Hunter Stevenson wishes death on ex-NFL player.
You could just go away because like, what?
Would you ever kiss your child on the lips?
No, no, I would not. I also canonically want my kids to call me mother.
Wait, no. Let's expand upon this.
So, like, okay, I also do this thing where I gatekeep my last name. Like, if I'm gonna, especially to, like, people that I've just met, like, I'm not gonna tell you my last name. Maybe if I'm networking, I'll tell you. But, like, people that I network with. But, like, most of the time, like, I'm gonna say, I'm Hunter, you know? Like, that's that's the important part. So, like, I'm Hunter, not Hunter Stevenson, Hunter, right? Because that's more iconic, like Beyonce, Cher, Gaga, you know? Like a singular name versus first and last.
Hunter, I feel like,
But
does
my-
not have the same intrigue as the names Beyonce
Well,
and
no.
Zendaya and Cher.
But,
Like, if
But
you were just
people-
like, I'm Hunter, I'd be like, school shooter. Oh, so hunt, like bow and arrow. Like, when you say I'm Hunter, like, you're a white man with a fish.
no, but I'm not a white man with a fish is the thing. Generally, like, the people.
That's right, you're a black woman with a fish. Black women can do anything white men can do.
Exactly. My family and I have this saying, just pretend you're a mediocre white man because they have the most confidence for no reason.
They do.
So just pretend you're a mediocre white man. You can do anything.
Sorry, I was trying to pull up this song.
The song they call
Me.
Mother.
Mother.
the group chat of me, Walker, and my mom is called "Call Me Mother."
The thing is, I can find it, but it's a long
It's
song,
a long
low
song,
key.
yeah.
And I don't.
Guess who's
I
back
can't-
in the house? Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
can't
dun.
find the part where she just says "Call me mother," and I don't want to play the full thing because then
That's okay.
it's gonna get copyright strike.
That's true. Well, we can just say it.
The last thing I want is another cent in RuPaul's pocket. RuPaul girl, you don't need the monetization from this video.
Right? Okay, wait, but back to, in my general circles, like at Brown, people know just one Hunter, and it's me. So, like, Hunter.
Okay.
You know, you don't need the last name. So if I don't need to put it out there, it's okay.
Okay.
But to that point,
You want your children to call you mother.
mother. I call my mom mother sometimes. That's not what I have called her my entire life. Just like in high school, it was like mother. It was funny. And
When I lived in France, I called my mom Memo.
Memo. The mother.
And sometimes I still do, like, if we're talking about French stuff, then I'll
Mhm.
throw it out there. Memo.
And I just think it's like more iconic. And if my kids' friends ever ask them why do you call your mom mother and not like something else, I will tell them to tell those children because my mom is more iconic than yours. Yeah.
Training your children to, like...
Because that comes with like the pride. You
Well,
know?
actually, it's because my mom's better than yours.
I didn't say better. I
Actually,
said
it's because my mom serves cunt
more
and yours
iconic.
doesn't.
exactly. Like I'll have my kids saying that out the womb. So
No,
I
I've
teach
been...
them to serve cunt by example. You know, by example. By
The-
example.
The thing is that, like, since you told me this, I've been thinking, like, what do I want my kids to call me? I don't think I'm a mom vibe.
No.
The thing is, I realized what I want them to call me. So my mom is from New Jersey, canonically. Like,
Canonically.
very important that she's from New Jersey. And in New Jersey, you call your mom Ma. And
My dad calls his mom mom.
like part of like reconnecting with my culture of New Jersey. Like in my
Back to my
older
roots.
age, and as an older like person, as I've gotten older, like, huh? Yeah, I do. As I've gotten older, I realized like I call my mom Ma now. Carry on that tradition.
Ma.
So
Yeah.
I think my kids will call me Ma probably.
That's good.
You know, when they're little, Mom, like, whatever.
Yeah.
When they want to serve cunt, then they can say Ma.
Ma. like that.
I also just like,
Ma.
hey Ma, where's my textbook?
That's
Hey
good.
Ma, did you get toilet paper the other day? Like, it's just good yelling name.
Yeah.
That's why people from New Jersey call their parents Ma, because you can yell it really easy.
You can yell any mother name really easy. Dare I say?
Mom.
Yeah.
That sounds just more accused. Like,
It does. It does.
is your Cane's here?
William is approaching with your order from Raising Cane's.
Okay, wait, Hunter. Before you go, we're gonna take a pause while Hunter goes and get her food.
Yeah.
Gets her food. And we'll come back. I did want to tell you though. So I have these windows here, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
There's a frat that lives across. There's multiple
Oh my
frats
God, yeah.
that live across the street from me.
Good, such good people watching.
But I think you want to know. I want to get a fucking megaphone and
And yell
talk
at
to them
them?
from the window. Like, I'm trying to go to sleep. It's 3 a.m. They're partying. I can be like, I have a class at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I
That's
will
good.
call the cops if you don't leave
Please be
soon."
quiet. I've also had this issue with men being too loud outside my window, and I don't have no way to yell at them because
And they're not hot.
be
If they were
louder.
hot, I'd put on my little negligee and go out there do a little ditty. But like, they're the level of attractive that I'm not scared of them coming and
Yeah.
attacking me. Like, they couldn't take me. They're not swole. I don't
But-
care if they know where I live, but they're just a nuisance. And I just want to get out my window with my fucking megaphone and go like, if you don't disperse in 5 minutes, I will be
I'm
calling the
calling the cops.
police.
My favorite strategy is, hey, are you guys okay? You guys you're being a little bit loud, and I just want to make sure that everything's okay down.
Wait,
I
that's
just
funny
wanna
as
make sure you
fuck.
guys are okay down there.
That's funny as fuck.
Are you guys fine?
Wait, your
sorry.
face looks a little bit fucked up. Did one of you guys fall?
Right. Are you guys all right? Because it comes from it's like bitchy. It's condescending as fuck. But it's coming from
It's
a place
coming
like,
from concern,
you
so they
can't-
can't be like,
yeah.
actually, fuck you.
they can't be mad at that. And men don't really know how to react when women show concern towards them sometimes.
Which is crazy because all they want is for
It's-
women to show
Yeah,
concern.
right, exactly. So when you show genuine concern, especially, actually, I think also insincere concern really stumps them.
They're like, she says nice thing, but
Does she mean it?
does not seem.
Is there
nice?
subtext? What is subtext?
Men can't even say the word subtext. That's 2 syllables.
Sub titties?
Sorry, guys. On this podcast, we're a little bit sexist, frankly.
Just a little bit, you know.
Listen, dude, if men can sit in a room and be like, I don't think women should be allowed to go outside, and their bro can be like, yeah, honestly, like, my queen, she's in her womanly, feminine, divine feminine era, and like, I'm the provider, and like, she stays home all day, she doesn't go outside, and like, that's how I like it. And the other man is like, yeah, no, like, I love it when we don't see women anywhere. Actually, it makes me feel really good. And the other one's like, yeah, bro, like dude, if
What
they're
are you
allowed to do
referencing
that,
right now?
huh?
What are you referencing right now? Just male podcast generally?
male podcast.
Yeah, true. Then I can say whatever I want here.
Yeah, I'm allowed to say that they can't say the word subtext because it's 2 syllables and they're illiterate.
Speaking of, the literacy rate in this country is terrible. Horrible. The kids are uneducated, mind you. I'm gonna go get my food.
The only thing the kids can read is the ingredient list on a Prime bottle.
Not even that, because they're getting poisoned by the Prime. Actually, a few public service announcements. Number 1, Prime. Oh my God, Prime has PFAS in it. That's a forever chemical. Will not go out of your body. Don't drink Prime. Number 2, currently as of 2025, the milk is starting to have bird flu in it, so don't drink raw milk.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start a rumor that Prime is like making people gay. Like, it's making the
That's good.
frogs gay.
It's making the fucking frogs gay. I do like
No, bro,
that
like,
meme,
you don't
actually.
understand. Like I drank Prime the other day, and like suddenly, like,
Stop
I
drinking
want to be
Prime.
finger banged in a
Stop
gas
drinking
station.
Prime.
I'm not drinking Prime, but that's what I want to tell
Oh,
people.
Yeah, guys, I started drinking Prime, and now I need my black bone up by a man every hour on the hour. It like you drink it and guys automatically
You drink it and your dick gets hard
Grindr
because
gets
it's
downloaded
phallic
on
shaped.
your phone. Okay, Grindr gets downloaded on your phone.
The moment you
can't get
even
rid of
buy
it.
Prime,
It's an accurate one too. They get your information from your credit card that you bought Prime with, and they make a Grindr profile for you.
and they immediately message 20 zaddies in your area.
Yeah, you can delete it, but the men will come.
You can
don't
delete
worry.
it, but you can't get rid of the gay feelings.
The men will come.
You can
Okay,
delete
wait,
it.
I
But
need to get my food.
okay, wait. We're taking a pause. Break.
Should I turn my mic off?
Yeah, turn it off. We did it. We're back. Hunter has her canes. What
Guys, I'm excited.
what more do we have to discuss? Oh, I have something we want.
Originality or
No, we're not talking about that anymore. I don't care. I want to talk about black prom culture.
yeah.
Guys, I have
Do
a
you
thing.
want
Black people do prom like nothing else. They do the best prom,
Yeah.
and it's not talked about. And
No, I think that there's a lot of things that are like black, like there's black versions of that people just don't talk about as often.
but like, for context,
have you ever been to black parades? Black parades, black marching bands, black prom.
I think
Just some of the things-
black marching bands and black parades are talked about.
Really, by white people.
Marty, yeah,
But like,
as a white person,
there's
as a
lot-
representative of the
there are a lot
whites.
out there, and they're much better than the white version, the regular version.
But prom, particularly, is something that's really important to me. For context, in senior year, I basically like took over our school's prom. Like, I made the DJ soundtrack for it. I sold everyone their prom dresses because I worked at the prom and wedding dress store in town. I decorated the whole thing. The theme was Night Under the Stars. Like, I organized. Like, I was not prom queen, but I was the queen of prom.
and I went to prom.
And Hunter attended this prom. And since then, I've seen videos coming out of like black people doing prom. It's the fucking best. What is they have bridesmaids prom, but for prom. Like, what the fuck is that? Their outfits, black men turn it out for prom.
Yeah.
Suit with material matching their woman.
Yeah. I don't okay, I can't really speak too much on this because I did not go to a black prom.
You went to a white prom.
But yeah, I think it's more of a thing in the South too.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, but just like your dress is on point, your hair is on point, like
Not only that, like,
nails
it's a
on
work
point.
of art.
Yeah,
I'm gonna Google
you need
pictures
to
of black
you
prom
need
right
to
now.
top other people. It's a family affair, big parties kind of vibe, like quinceañera kind of vibe.
I'm obsessed with it.
And you better believe the prom's gonna be good too. Like, ass is being shaken to no end.
Like, look, I'm gonna just if you Google black prom, the first thing that shows up, girl, beautiful,
Yeah.
floor length dress.
And some of these dresses are like
perfectly
custom.
matching immersion fabric, so it looks like it's just like hanging off of her.
Yeah.
Boyfriend dressed in a matching tux with matching shoes. Like, this one is absolutely stunning. Like, it's not even fully loaded, but you can tell that the boyfriend has like beading on his lapel. It's perfectly coordinated. Love this one. There's a print on the guy's jacket. He's low-key outshining. Like, oh my god, just like. And black weddings. I saw this girl on TikTok who custom made her wedding dress, and it was like immersion, like mesh, the entire her entire body, but it matched her skin tone perfectly. Custom made, perfectly tailored. She was so snatched. It looks like she was wearing like glass. Like. Anyways, sorry.
I need to have a black wedding.
You do need to have a black.
Thing I need.
You do need to have a black wedding.
But I don't have much to say on black prom though.
It's just phenomenal.
It is. It's just really
That's
exciting.
the commentary that we're offering.
I didn't get though like a super expensive prom dress. Like, my prom dress was $40 from Pink Poodle, and mind you, it was a find. Like, it wasn't like
I can't remember your prom dress right now.
It was like black and it had like tulle like off the shoulder
Oh,
sleeves.
yes, I
and
do
like
remember.
a mermaid silhouette.
Beautiful.
It was
beautiful.
It was very good. But I was like Sadie helped me find it. Sadie also worked at the same prom bridal store, and there was a hunt to it. Like there was several dresses we looked at, but I don't know. I liked my little vintage consignment dress, and I don't necessarily support buying a $400 dress or something like that you're gonna wear once. While I do think it's an important experience and exciting, I do need people to know there's other options that are just as meaningful as finding the perfect expensive dress.
No, I'm for that. I think my perfect dress happened to be expensive, but I'm all for people wearing things to like I am the first person to thrift. Had I not seen this dress and immediately been like, this is the one I'm in love with, and also had I not had the discount at the expensive wedding dress retailer, like I think vintage dresses can be like beautiful.
Yeah, I love a good thrift though.
I do regret, like, there was this one brown dress that I tried on for prom the first year that I didn't wear, and I low-key think it would have stood up better than the one I actually did wear. And I kind of regret not wearing it. And it was at the Pink Poodle. Pink Poodle, by the way, run by crazy white people.
Oh yeah, no.
Crazy white lady and their crazy fucking dogs.
The first time my mom and I tried to go to get my prom dress, I was having a horrible day, and they were closing early, and I literally cried about it.
It's like a store that you go into. It's like a consignment shop in Wisconsin, where we're from, and I'm not going to specify the town in Wisconsin that we're from. But I guess if you Google Pink Poodle, Wisconsin, it will come up. But it's like this consignment shop run by this like crazy white woman and her gay husband. And
they have a dog. They literally have a pink poodle.
And they have a dog that they dye pink, and it's a poodle. And if you
it might be white, actually.
If you go into the shop, I've seen it done pink before. You go into the shop, you walk around the entire time. They're like, "Can I help you?"
Oh my god, you get followed so bad.
Can I help you?
So bad. They don't follow the older women though.
Can I help you find something?
They only follow young people.
Actually, we're having a sale. They're like so clingy and annoying, and it's like sometimes you go in there and they have the right jewelry for the right event.
Right. If you make friends with them, they're there for it, but they will not leave you alone either way.
They will not leave you alone. And I don't like that. One thing about me is
I hate that too.
I want a completely removed, detached shopping experience.
Yeah.
You know who else has? You know who else has fucking mean white lady that follows you around the store? Madewell. Dude, if you go into Madewell to try on jeans, immediately some millennial white woman size 12 is on you. She looks like an English teacher, and she's like, "Can I help you? Can I help you with anything today? Do you need to try anything on today?"
They have followed me before, and then also Ulta Beauty in Madison.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's some like girls club. It feels like sorority that I'm not part of, that I don't want to be part of. You're all being mean to me for no reason.
Also, there's this girl that works at Ulta in Madison, or at least worked there. We were like briefly friends in middle school. Do you know those kind of girls that just like they like to stir the pot? Like they live for the drama. They're able to make drama out of anything. She's one of those girls that it just like drama for a while. She's like, I don't understand, like drama just follows me, whatever. But then I realized, like, no, like you're a crazy person, and you create drama out of everything and conflict out of everything, whatever. So we had like a friend falling out just because I was like, I don't want to be around somebody who's like that. And she worked at the Ulta, and a couple times ago when I was home, I like went in to get something for Lele, and she literally checked me out, and like I recognized her, and she didn't say anything.
She said nothing.
Like we made eye contact. I was like, "Thank you so much. Have a great day." She wasn't.
Yeah, sometimes the mutual decision to not strike anything up is.
But there's no way she doesn't remember.
I know she does, but like you didn't say anything to her either.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
That's true.
That's okay. Hey, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. Just.
I guess that's true. Do you have any thoughts on Barnes and Noble? Now I'm thinking about the different stores like near our mall.
I love Barnes and Noble. Okay, wait. This is a tangent that's not related to Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
But Walker and I went there recently to go get me a bullet journal because if you don't know, I'm an avid bullet journaler. It's kind of out of character for me, but this is year 5 of bullet journaling.
I don't like bullet journals because they don't have lines.
It's taken a lot to get there, but I'm very particular about my notebooks though. They have to be like, and I got one last year in LA that I really loved, and I thought it was from Barnes and Noble. It wasn't. It was from Michael's, but it had no brand on it, so I couldn't find it. But we went to Barnes and Noble, and a bunch of their books, like their bullet journals, are like sealed, so you can't like look at the pages. 'Cause
Yeah.
you need to have the right page thickness because moleskins are too thin. That's like a known fact.
They're also expensive
They're all
and
really
ugly
expensive.
looking.
Exactly.
If you own a moleskin, your parent is a professor, and also you're an only child, and also your parent, who's a professor, is old as fuck and studies birds. Average moleskin user.
Moleskin owner. Yeah, I am anti-moleskin for that reason. I mean, they're good for whatever else, but not for me. I hate them.
Moleskin, more like bad. More like bad notebook. We're never getting sponsored by Moleskin.
No, we're not. Well, no, you're not. It's not my show. I don't have to worry about sponsors. But and I like to be able to feel the thickness of the paper, see that there's dots and not lines, stuff like that. And Barnes & Noble doesn't let you do that, so that's annoying.
But at the same time, Barnes & Noble, it's like, when I went to Barnes & Noble for the first time when I was like 13 and like in middle school.
First time at age 13?
Yes. Is that young or old?
That's kind of old.
Whatever. My parents didn't. Growing up, my parents like didn't go to like. This sounds like I'm trying to be quirky and different, but like I swear to God, we didn't go to normal stores.
Where'd you
Like,
go?
When I was in middle school and didn't have any friends, my mom would be like, "Let's go shopping," and I'd be like, "Awesome, let's go to the mall. Like, let's go to Pink and American Eagle." My mom would be like, "Let's go to Nordstrom Rack."
Oh, yeah.
I want to go spend 7 hours in Nordstrom Rack. You should try on 30 fucking things, none of which we're gonna buy, none of which fit you properly.
My mom did the same thing, but we would go to like the children's place and Goodwill. Those were like our two stops.
Yeah. No, it was for Jennifer Ravenscroft. It was Nordstrom Rack. Have you ever been overstimulated in a Nordstrom Rack?
It's quite easy.
Oh my God. And so because of that, I had to ask my parents. We were big that's the other thing. We were big library people. My mom, growing up, we would go to the library like every week. So we used to do library books.
But we would go to Barnes & Noble to get like gifts for other people.
No. We go to Toys R Us for that. But your parents would get kids lame gifts from Barnes & Noble.
It's like the board games.
Here's
a
a board game? Oh, golly. Wow. A board game. I'm fucking 12. I want a My Little Pony. Sorry, Mrs. Stevenson. I don't mean to joke. Board games, I'm sure they're really good for kid development, whatever. If I were 12 and you got me a fucking board game, I'd kill myself with that board game.
I would be okay with getting a board game at age 12. But that's just me.
Okay, I'm done.
No
okay.
No
At
shade,
age
of course.
12, I wanted, like, makeup. So, whatever. So, we never went to Barnes & Noble until I asked my parents to bring me to Barnes & Noble. Because in middle school, I started reading a lot because I had no friends. And it was my personality, the dystopian fictional books. Matched.
I'm reading Red Rising right now.
Uglies.
Have you read that one?
Yeah, but I don't remember it.
I like it. I love reading it.
Matched, Uglies, the Selection series. The
Hunger
Selection
Games, of
series is
course.
my favorite.
I love
Hunger
the Selection
Games.
series.
Divergent, like, whatever. So, when I was, like, in that era, I asked my mom to bring me to Barnes & Noble. First time I walked in, I was like, this is heaven. I can get a Frappuccino at Starbucks. Walk around these book aisles. All the books at Barnes & Noble, they're, like, clean. They're, like, shiny.
They're really clean.
They're beautiful. It's massive.
And they don't. Okay, I also hate book jackets.
Yeah.
I love a good paperback, and I hate the plastic book jacket they put on the books at the library.
Yeah, but it's nice to look at the pretty shiny hardcover book jackets at Barnes & Noble.
That's true.
Just run your hands across the shelf.
Limited edition books.
And
when they have like kinda in the set.
Yes.
Or when they have a special cover on them.
Yes. It smells good. You can get a Frappuccino. They also, oh my God. So the key thing that I remember buying from Barnes & Noble, shout out to Sadie Simmons, middle school, 5th grade. We didn't have any friends, but we'd read. We both read a lot and write a lot. Sadie didn't like writing, whatever. She got this pack of pens from Barnes & Noble. It was a Rolly gel pen. I recently, for context, from Amazon.
Love gel pens.
I bought a dupe for these pens like yesterday. I have them. You have to write with them.
Yeah.
They're the best pens ever. So she bought these pens from Barnes & Noble, and they were like gel pen, except they sparkled and they were scented. So it'd smell like banana, and it
Yep.
would be sparkle, and it would be yellow. And it would be the smoothest, best, whatever. I finally, thank God, found a dupe for them. But I remember she bought them at Barnes & Noble, and I remember one time I was like, Mom, you have to fucking bring me. I need the banana pen. They also had those pencils that smelled good that would come in the little containers.
Yes, the scented pencils.
Yes, I love the
Yeah.
containers.
We got those for the
I
book,
liked the
book
containers
fair.
more than the pencil. Like the idea
Oh,
of
really?
like a specific uniform container that the pencil goes
Ooh,
into and
yeah,
fits into
yeah.
perfectly.
Yep.
Shit, I'm putting shit in that container. Give me a quirky looking container with a stopper on the top.
My trinkets. Another container for my trinkets.
And I remember like getting in fights with people like, bro, like you've been writing with my pencil for too long. It's losing its scent. I need to put it back in its container. Otherwise the scent's going to go away.
Yep.
Wait, what were those called? They were so expensive too.
Okay, fun fact about Hunter, I am dyslexic, canonically.
Okay, Bella Thorne. Okay, Bella Thorne, serve.
Also, canonically, like, have loved books since I came out the womb. Like, stories and books and stuff. And I used to,
I
like,
found
when I
none.
was a child, I would read, like, quote-unquote, read books before I could read. I would just, like narrate the pictures to myself.
These ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
But those were at the book fair for us, I think.
They were at the book fair too.
Yeah.
Oh,
$50 is
wait.
crazy.
We need to talk about the Scholastic Book Fair.
Bro, did you get book fair money?
Yes.
I never got book fair money. I got that free one thing, and sometime I think maybe one time my mom brought us back. But my parents like didn't have time after school to bring us back to the book fair while it was open.
No, the thing about the book fair that I thought was crazy is like every year there was one item that you needed to get, and it was not a book. It was a pointer finger with a sparkly handle, or it was like a fun eraser, or it was these smelly pencils. Like there was always like some toy that you would just have in class. Why did everybody, the pointers that they were selling were for the teachers to point to the whiteboard.
So true.
Not for you to sit with one in class on your desk getting into sword fights with it. Like, why do these 54th graders all have the same finger pointer?
I had the pointer. I had.
Oh, so now you have book fair money.
I had no, because we had $5. Like everyone got $5 during library class to get something from the book fair. And sometimes, and I think the one time we went back, my mom bought us actual books. But let's see. I had that. Walker bought the Guinness Book of World Records one time, and I had the Believe It or
Walker
Not
would.
book.
That's the most try guy shit I've ever heard.
And
Also, how's he buying that with $5? The Guinness Book of World Records is like $30.
I don't know. That might have been later. I remember we begged. Okay, this is actually so nerdy.
By the way, the pencils we were talking about before, they're called Smensel's Gourmet Scented Pencil. Make sure you get the
Smensel.
one that comes with its own mini container for each pencil.
Smensels.
And they're specifically the recycled, eco-friendly ones.
Okay.
Are the ones that I had. Anyways, continue.
We got someone to take us back to the book fair with our money to I don't remember if it was like a babysitter or our parents.
No, straight up. Wait.
So we could
Sorry, I'm talking over you right now, but I'm interrupting for a funny thing. Like, if a man in a white van was like, I have candy, I would not have gone. If a man in a white van would have been like, I'll take you to the Scholastic Book Fair.
I'm in that
Bitch,
fucking van.
I'm in the car, triple seat belted in.
Yeah, like show me the money and then I'm there, bitch.
Like, I'm there. Okay, sorry, continue.
So we could buy that Pokemon, the Pokemon dictionary, like or encyclopedia with all the Pokemon in it. And then at recess, we would like everyone chose a Pokemon and we would battle our Pokemon by like we read the things and be like, okay, so I'm gonna use like I don't even know the moves anymore, like scratch on yours, like, and we'd fight. And they
But you
no one
didn't
ever
actually have
win.
Pokemon cards?
No, we didn't have actual Pokemon cards. We had the books. It was the
You
book.
were just imagining Pokemon.
Yeah. And we fought. Our Pokemon fought.
So you're just like verbally talking, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use scratch and
Yes, but reading from the book. Yes. Yes.
I mean,
And we bring them
what
to
makes that
recess.
different from religion? What
I'm
makes
gonna-
that different from Christianity?
I'm gonna ignore that question.
In many ways, aren't we just all reading from books and getting into verbal arguments? And playing pretend in this game of life?
No, now we're reading TikTok and getting into arguments.
Speak for yourself, I deleted that.
Yeah. Guys, it's not the same.
The one thing I do want to talk about, though, while we're on the topic of, like, things final note on the Scholastic Book Fair. The books themselves were also always terrible quality. Like my selection series books, I still have.
Like the pages would fall out.
Yeah, and the whole thing is skinned. The cover gone. Read the thing twice. The cover falling off.
The glue was bad. Like,
yes, the glue
books
was
were falling
bad.
off. Oh, okay. I think my mom would come back to buy books for my teachers. Like, you know, teachers always have their wish list. She would buy books for the teachers. Yeah.
But not for you.
I think we got one maybe.
Yeah. No, Jen would give me book fair money and just be like, fucking. Well, what would normally happen is the book fair's there for a week. Bro, dude, I need Harvard to host a Scholastic book fair, like, now. Like, I'm, like.
A$AP No Rocky.
I need to have a Scholastic book fair.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Should I throw a party and make it for my birthday next year? Should I have a
book fair
Scholastic book?
I think so.
Wait, for my birthday next year, should I figure out how to pay Scholastic to bring a book fair into my house?
It's probably really expensive.
And just host a Scholastic book fair?
You know who was the queen of Scholastic book fair at MCDS?
Who?
Gwendolyn Posbin.
You probably shouldn't say her full name on the podcast. I'll bleep that out.
Why?
Don't let me forget.
Why?
Like, personal privacy?
Oh, I guess so. I mean,
I'm gonna write down the timestamp so I can beep her name out. She was, though.
Oh, well, yeah. Always up on that school.
Okay, but
With the record show, I ate everything but the Texas toast.
fine. Okay, Bella Hadid. You've got both the Bellas. You're dyslexic and skinny.
Yes. My name is Bella Hadid. I say that a lot, and people look at me like I'm crazy.
The final thing I want to address, because I think we've hit an hour. I mean, it's 20 minutes. You okay? You just look like the humans in WALL-E. Just like, ugh. The final thing I want to address is the Spy Kids movies.
Oh my God. Okay.
To round out our discussion of childhood nostalgia.
I was a pretentious child and thought those movies were terrible because of the effects.
But little did you know they were actually made by an indie film company, and that's why the effects were so bad.
Yeah.
Because they were anti-establishment, against the system, against the Disney machine, coming up with authentic, good children's content from an independent film house. And that's why they looked a little funky.
But I did watch all of them, mind you, and I do think, like, going back, that knowing that, especially, like some of the effects were, like, fine. Like, they were just using a green screen, and I was, like, thought I was above that. But we rewatched the video game one, and they have some, like, socialist messaging in there, don't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I
was just gonna bring up
we
the
need to
video
bring
game
down
one.
the system or something crazy like that.
I need to bring up the video game one because I think it was ahead of its time. Isn't there like an AI
That's the best
girlfriend
one.
in that? No, it's not.
I think it is.
I need to rewatch all of them.
Okay, wait. Number 1 is with the thumb people.
I know that.
That
What's the
one's
second? The second
fine.
one's there's the guy who builds the. I think I like the second one the most.
Which one is that? With the
Let's Google the plot of Spy Kids 2.
I thought Spy Kids. No, Spy Kids. Maybe I.
Do you think God 2 lives in fear of what he's created? That's Spy Kids 2.
Yeah, I thought that was the video game one.
No, that's Spy Kids 3. Okay, Spy Kids 2. Their newest mission takes them to a distant island where they take on a mysterious man and his imaginative creatures.
Wait, is that not the thumb
They
people?
also have to fight the forces of rival sibling spy kids.
Is not that not the thumb people one?
No, that's the first one.
Okay.
The creatures on the island are like animals. And the inventor has this like toy set where he comes up with these different animals. Wait, I can tell you exactly why I like the second Spy Kids movie. It's the most neurodivergent reason ever. It's because at the end, I'm pretty sure they each get like animal pets that they get to keep. And there's like, they each like have the same vibe as the kids.
Yeah, okay.
And I liked that they like, the one has the same vibe as Carmen, so it makes sense that that's the one that she gets.
Yeah, I'm trying to wonder if I've ever seen this before, though.
We should watch it tonight.
We could. we have too long of a watch list.
Spy Kids 3 is the video game one, and I think it was very ahead of its time.
I think that one's pretty good. Spy Kids 4 is the newer one that's ass.
No, it's not that ass though. Spy Kids 4 is the newer one that ass, but there's an even newer one than Spy Kids 4.
Armageddon?
Yeah, that's the one that like certifiably is ass.
It's terrible.
But the first 3 Spy Kids movies are just like. Also, I like.
They're classics though. I think they're classics.
Is this Rowan Blanchard?
Yes.
Oh my god!
I also don't think I've ever seen Shark Boy and Water and Lava Girl.
They also made this movie
entirety.
called Shorts, and it's one of. Dude, I needed to take mushrooms and watch Shorts. It was one of those movies. You know when like. Okay, wait. I'm about to out myself as like a rich person. Comparatively, did your family have a minivan with a TV in it?
No.
Okay, my family for a while had a minivan with a TV in it.
Our minivans never had TVs in them.
And when you have a minivan with a TV in it, and it's operated by disc, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I would kill for a minivan with a TV in it with a disc thing in it now.
Oh,
That's
hell
so
yeah.
cunt.
Dude, we didn't have any movie systems in the car.
But you
we
had the little laptop.
We had a DVD player.
DVD player, yeah.
And that thing still works. And the DVD player had a case, and there were 2 movies in that case, I want to say. Or no, not even.
You had
there was one.
To clarify, the portable DVD player.
Yes.
Like the mini computer. Loved those.
Yes, that thing was fire. Walker and Walker's my twin brother. We like our parents like have always been working like our entire lives, especially when we were kids. And we were big after school kids. I think after school is important for child development. But we had but also my mom was like did something with this scholarship program, so almost every day they had these like big meetings where all of the students were there, and we had to just like sit under the table and watch movies. I have seen Home on the Range. That was the movie that was in the case. No, it was not even in the case. It was in the DVD player all times. Because at some point, the case stopped making it places. Yeah. It was just the DVD player with the DVD in it. I have seen that movie like at least 20 times. Yeah. At least 20 times.
I'm glad you brought this up because this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you have a DVD player in the car, there's one DVD that sits in that thing for months.
Years.
On end. Months. So, like, I have seen Spiderwick Chronicles.
What the hell?
50 fucking times.
I've never heard of that movie.
Bro, it's a trip. It's like...
Have you seen Home on the Range before?
No.
Right. It's never a normal movie.
No, it's never
normal.
Spiderwick Chronicles, it's like a magical world. Like, it's kind of like a Harry Potter knockoff, except dark, scary even. Yes. So
Home on the Range is not. Home on the Range is like Home on the Range is at its core about like capitalism and like the.
No, Spiderwick is about goblins, and you have to pour salt around your house to protect yourself from the goblins. And only specific people can see the goblins with a little eye thing, and most of the time you can't see them, and they just come up and they attack you, and you're like, "What's attacking me?" It's frightening. It's awful.
That's very scary. Yeah, Home on the Range was not scary like that.
So Spiderwick Chronicles was the one of them. The other one was Shorts, and I think it's called Shorts. Basically, it introduced me to like the idea of vignettes. Like the thing doesn't have and there's this like rainbow wishing stone that you can like wish on things to happen, and it takes place. There's some commentary on capitalism here. It takes place in a suburb that is essentially dominated by this black box company that's kind of like an Apple parallel, and all these kids lead these really boring suburban lives, and their parents all work for this one massive company. But the whole thing takes place across like different like shorts. I think it's called Shorts. And like there's like they wish like the crocodiles into an existence, and then there's a kid that's like a group of neighborhood kids that it follows, and it like follows each of their stories, and they each happen into this rock in different ways. But I just remember this being like the trippiest movie you've ever seen. Like I'm gonna find it.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
should look into that.
Other movie I loved. This was not a car movie. Judy Moody and the Not Bummer Summer.
Have not seen that.
Bro,
I might have read the book though. I was thinking about Judy Blume wrote those, right?
No idea.
No. I was thinking about Are You There, God Is Me, Margaret.
Shorts. Yeah, this is it. He has this like little wishy stone.
Yeah.
The other thing that I remember really liking about this show, this movie, is that this guy has like a
Really
really
18 school.
extensive brace care routine,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's a
cool.
no, it didn't.
Oh.
He was like specifically like a nerd, but they have this scene where he's like brushing his teeth, and then he like goes in and out of his braces, and I remember being like, his teeth must feel so clean. Like I really liked the sound.
Yeah. That's funny. The other movie that was really big in my childhood that is not like slept on at all was The Incredibles, because we were not allowed to watch like cable TV in the morning, I guess. This is when I lived in Philly. And we had this huge 3-story house that to this day people, like, every time someone talks about the house, they're like, no idea why that house was so big. Aww.
So I'm showing Hunter a picture of two of our teachers from high school who are hanging out at a high school party together. It's MCDS.
Oh.
Anyway,
so
sorry,
cute.
you were saying. I'm sorry to interrupt the flow of everything.
But we had a DVD. The DVD player was upstairs, and the Wii was upstairs. And so Walker wasn't allowed to play Wii, I guess, before my parents got up. So what he'd do, he'd watch The Incredibles. And I mean, like, Saturday, watch The Incredibles. Sunday, watch The Incredibles. Every single
That was
week.
Finding Nemo for me as a child.
But Walker woke up before me, so I would see, like, the second half, or sometimes the first half. But I've seen that movie also, like, 20-plus times.
Do you know who
at
Walker
least.
needs to be for Halloween? Honey, have you seen my super suit?
He was. We did.
Wait, really?
Yeah. We were. It was me, Sadie, Abby, Walker, and Malia.
He needs to do it again and just do full Frozone drag.
I think he should make it like Frozone, but like
Yeah.
current. Yeah. And that movie is really good. Like, I watched a video essay about it recently, but
I
it's
love
like
the aesthetic. Send me the video
yes.
essay. Send me the
It's-
video essay.
they were saying it's a family drama before it's a superhero movie, and I agree with
Yes.
that. And if you rewatch, I rewatched it one time. I took notes, and there's a lot of like important things in there. Also, notably, in the second movie not as good as the first, but there's a black character who works for the main corporation, and there's a scene where Frozone is getting out of a limousine, and he opens the door, and the black character says to Frozone, "Oh, like, you're my favorite." And there's just a moment of like
Solidarity.
blackness, yeah, that I noticed.
Dude, Frozone's hot, if I'm remembering correctly.
Frozone, I think.
If I'm remembering correctly, Frozone smash.
I don't think I think the our cartoon character. No, I don't know, but like the way he looks in the cartoon.
The way he moves.
But yeah,
he moves like smooth.
If they did a live action, like, you have to make Frozen hot. Like,
wait,
you
if they
have
did
to
a
make
live
Frozen
action,
hot.
there's a specific actor that I'm thinking about who would play him. I can't
Who are you
remember his
thinking
name.
about?
I can't remember his name.
I feel like Aaron Pierre would do a good Frozone, but
I'm
would
just
do
gonna
good
Google hot.
for fan service.
Who? Aaron Peter?
Aaron Pierre. He was Mufasa.
He's got husky eyes.
He does. He does.
I don't like his eyes. I have no idea.
But yeah, no, there's a lot in there, a lot of intricacies in there, and it's low-key. The Incredibles is low-key like way darker than you think it is. And I feel like I picked up on that as a kid. I just didn't know why, and now I do.
I just googled hot black actors, and the guy I'm thinking of is not coming up.
Lakeith Stanfield will also be a good.
Wait, type that in.
Frozone.
I just know he's tall too. Frozone is like 6'3". Yeah, he'd be good at this. He looks like he has too much personality though. Like, Frozone needs to be played by a Ken.
You should watch more of his movies, Loki.
I think I have seen some of his movies before.
Like, he's an actor. Sorry to Bother You is like really fucking weird and good. I haven't seen Book of Clarence.
Okay, we are getting distracted.
We are.
Is this the end?
This might be the end.
This might be the
Should I
end.
bow?
Ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folk,
Non-binary folk.
thank you so much for
Especially
joining.
non-binary folk.
Thank you so much for joining. Hunter, do you have any closing words? Plug your shit.
Follow me on Instagram at h2s.stephenson.
And they say she's dyslexic.
And yeah, there's a lot of good content there. If you want to learn more about my radio show, that's the place to do it. Follow BSR Live on Instagram. That's the radio station that I work for when my radio show comes on. If you're like in the East Coast and you're like, oh my God, wait, it's Monday and it's 9 p.m., you should like listen. If you're in the Midwest and it's like 8.
Please don't explain how time zone works.
Listen. Now I really want to.
You're like, and if you're in the Pacific Northwest, and it's
Well, if you also if you